All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is July 11th, 2025, and we got an interesting day ahead. We talked about it last night on the watch list. This whole entire week, there really wasn't much. You got little data sets here and there, even though we did hit new all-time highs. You know, that was always fun, but when it's all said and done, there wasn't much. Next week, we are going to be getting into earnings and the CPI, but then last night, Donald Trump announced more tariffs on Canada. So we've been talking about it over the year. You know, there's a limited effect from certain trading partners. Canada's on the bigger end, but it's still not EU or China. So we'll see how the market takes it. I think you're going to end the week with a little bit of uncertainty. All week you have heard about the Fed. I don't know if you've realized that, and firing Jerome Powell. But now next week we do get the earnings and then you get the data. So Chatadonia, it is Friday. It should probably be chill. Maybe we hit a new all-time high, or maybe we freak out about trade, but today is going to be your last call. So think about what you want for next week, or if you think it's going to be more volatile than this week, that's where you plan ahead. Other than that, I hope you're ready to enjoy it, baby. So good morning. Happy Friday. What's going on? How you doing, Gunner? What up, Mark, Peter, Vitali, Tim Whitman? Good morning, baby. What up, Zoraj? How you on? Hustling ain't easy, baby. Tell them. Oh my, it really hustling ain't easy. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of work, bro. What up, Calderon, Ernest, J-Dog, Amir? Good morning. What up, you say? What up, Luke? What up, Mr. Redwords? Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Ben, Kurt McGirt, JJ, Mr. Fahar. One good decision. Winning lows are key. Hey, what's going on? Farmer Jim, Z-Rat, Jamar, Ty Reed, the Garage Monster, Ramiro, Zach, Skittle, Lost One. Good morning. What up, Trav? What up, Ray? What up, Mr. Rosin? Rosin or Rosin? I don't know. What up, Ramsin? What up, Raphael? Oh, my goodness. So, Chatadonia, I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're blessed. You know, it's a blessed day. It's a blessing to be a blessing. You could be a blessing. Oh, Miss Fridays, don't get me started. Oh, what a week, though. This week did go by quick. Here we go. We didn't like that. Here's Josh AI with the news. Good morning. Top overnight news, trade tariffs. Trump to impose 35% tariff on Canada. Axios flags higher baseline tariff of 15% or 20%. NBC News, Bloomberg, Reuters. Despite Trump announcement, Vietnam never agreed to 20% tariff rate and framework agreement not finalized. Politico. Trump's wielding of tariffs for reasons other than trade has little precedent, risking legal and political blowback at home. Link FT. U.S.'s copper tariffs to include products for power grids and data centers. Bloomberg may hinder U.S. manufacturing goals. NYT. Brazil President Lula says we'll look to other trading partners in face of U.S. tariffs. Bloomberg. U.S. consumers seen feeling hit from 50% tariffs on Brazil, particularly on coffee, orange juice. Axios, Reuters, and burgers. Reuters. Trump's tariff threat against Brazil stemmed in part from anger over recent BRICS summit. Politico. Trump's 200% tariff threat on pharma firms prompts urgent scenario planning due to potential price impacts. CNBC. South Korea concludes latest round of talks with U.S., touting manufacturing partnership, aim of accelerating negotiations. Bloomberg. Pentagon is investing $400 million in MP materials, aiming to reduce Chinese dominance in rare earths. FT. Insurance costs for commercial ships near Yemen surged to 1% of value after recent Houthi attacks revived risks. Bloomberg, Reuters. Corporate. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang meets Trump before planned visit to China. Details of discussion unknown. Bloomberg. Apple lines up new products for H1 and 26, including budget iPhone, multiple iPads, and upgraded MacBook Pros and Airs. Bloomberg. Google to give big discount on cloud services to the U.S. following Oracle agreement. Microsoft and Amazon expected to follow. FT. OpenAI plans to launch an AI-powered browser to compete with Google's Chrome, potentially affecting ad revenue. Reuters. OpenAI accuses a nonprofit of lobbying violations and ties to Elon Musk, escalating their conflict. Politico.
Nike replacing Converse's CEO with Aaron Kane to address brand's ongoing sales slump and enhance brand distinction, Bloomberg. Tesla opens its first showroom in Mumbai on 15 June, entering India's car market amid high import tariffs, Reuters. Levi Strauss raises its revenue outlook, expecting sales growth despite Trump's tariffs affecting margins. Bloomberg. DOJ greenlights T-Mobile's $4.4 billion acquisition of U.S. Cellular. Reuters. Bloomberg. BP expects rising production and strong oil trading results for Q2 amid pressure to improve performance. Bloomberg. Pandora is exploring restructuring in China due to declining sales, considering licensing its brand and assets. Reuters. Central banks. White House shifts focus of Powell criticism to gross mismanagement of Fed HQ renovations. FT. CNBC. Bloomberg. Reuters. Fed Governor Waller says balance sheet could be reduced further, still thinks policy too restrictive. Bloomberg. SF Fed's Daily still sees 2 rate cuts in 2025, believes inflationary effects of tariffs may be muted. Bloomberg. Fed proposal would make it easier for supervised banks to be deemed well-managed. Reuters. Fed. Goldman Sachs expects BOJ to gradually sell ETFs, prioritizing market stability and avoiding losses. Reuters. ECB Schnabel states a high bar for rate cuts, citing strong Eurozone economy and stable 2% inflation. Bloomberg. ECB's Panetta suggests further rate cuts if weak growth negatively impacts inflation, emphasizing a flexible approach. Bloomberg. Markets. Trump's tariff strategy continues, risking market stability as stocks rally despite potential economic fallout. Axios. Bloomberg. Trump's threat of a 35% tariff on Canada causes Canadian dollar to drop, complicating Carney's response. Bloomberg. Goldman Sachs upgrades Hong Kong and raises Asia's stock price targets, citing favorable macro environment. Bloomberg. USD CNY swaps near highest since October, signaling support for China's currency and reduced demand for dollars. Bloomberg. Bitcoin hits new ATH, driven by institutional demand and supportive U.S. policies. Reuters. Economy. Poll shows China's export growth likely rose to 5.0% in June as exporters rushed amid trade tensions. Reuters. Poll shows Japan's June core inflation likely slowed but stayed above 2%, pressuring the Bank of Japan on rates. Reuters. UK economic growth contracts for second month in a row, raising fresh worries about the outlook. Reuters. Bloomberg. Germany's upper house approves 46 billion euros tax relief package to support companies and stimulate economic growth. Bloomberg. China PBOC advisor recommends stimulus of up to $209 billion to strengthen consumption and counter tariff drag on growth. Bloomberg. Banks face rising consumer non-performing loans as regulators push for more household lending, risking Beijing's goals. Reuters. Geopolitics. Trump plans a major statement on Russia, criticizing Putin and asserting NATO will fund U.S. arms. Bloomberg. Axios. FT. Trump's tariff threat against Brazil sparks nationalist sentiment in boost for Lula. FT. Headache for Bolsonaro. Bloomberg. Rubio working on meeting with his Chinese counterpart this week in possible prelude to a Trump-Xi summit. Bloomberg. Israel and Hamas close to a Gaza ceasefire deal, pending agreement on troop positioning with negotiations ongoing. FT. EU weighs suspending ties with Israel on trade and other areas of cooperation amid frustration over Gaza. Politico. Israel concludes some of Iran's enriched uranium survived strikes, still assessing how long nuclear program has been set back. NYT. Oil. IEA forecasts slowest oil demand growth since 2009 outside of pandemic, calls Russia's oil exports weak. FT. Bloomberg. Washington. U.S. State Department plans mass layoffs, targeting 15% of its workforce to align with Trump's agenda. FT. Washington Post.
FT Washington Post. There's more. S&P futures, they're down by 0.5. Oh, yo, what up, bros? Oh, wait, hold on. Good morning. How are ya? Let's go, baby. S&P down by 0.5 off worst levels on Friday. Pre-market trading comes after U.S. equities finished higher on Thursday with the S&P and NASDAQ hitting new all-time highs. Most shorted names fared well as momentum unwind continued. Big tech mix with year-to-date laggards, Tesla and Apple outperforming. Airlines, travel, leisure, miners, metals, apparel, machinery, builders, and banks also fared well. Treasuries weaker with the yields up 4 to 5 basis points further out on the curve. Dollar is up by 0.1. Gold is up by 1.0. Bitcoin up by 3.8. And WTI is up by 1.3 after Thursday's 2.7% drop. Tariff talk is an overhang, as Trump said he would hit Canada with 35% tariff rate on August 1st, talked about a higher baseline tariff of 15 to 20% on most trading partners, and said EU will get a tariff letter today. Also reports that recent trade deal with Vietnam may not be done. However, also usual chatter about how these threats may not come to fruition. Pretty quiet elsewhere ahead of the next week unofficial start of Q2 earnings season. Political scrutiny surrounding the Fed, still a big story with reports about how the Fed White House is shifting its Powell criticism towards the renovation of the central bank headquarters. Some focus on what's been going on below the surface as of late in terms of the momentum factor unwind. Nothing on the U.S. economic calendar this morning. Looking ahead to next week, focus will be on June CPI out on Tuesday, and then retail sales on Thursday, while preliminary University Michigan consumer sentiment caps off the week on Friday. Fed speakers include Bowman, Barr, Collins, Logan on Tuesday, Hammack, Williams on Wednesday, and Daly on Thursday. So yeah, damn, all about it. They're already talking about next week, baby. Good morning. Levi's Q2 EPS ahead on the back of better sales, GM and expansion and expense control, while company raises its full-year guide and takeaways highlighted continued brand momentum and guidance that now reflects tariff impact and mitigation efforts. PSMT beat and announced expansion into Chile. WDFC fiscal Q3 ahead, raised full-year guide by 1% at midpoint outside of earnings. Financial Times reported Google is agreed to heavily discount cloud computing for the U.S. government. Tesla to expand robotaxi in Phoenix. DOJ antitrust division closed investigation of T-Mobile acquisition of USM. MDT helped by CMS coverage proposal. Bloomberg reported UFSD considering a deal combination with PFGC. BYD to sell FanDuel interest to Flutter for $1.75 billion. Luck announced acquisition of 58 locations for $306 million. And RCAT, another drone name boosted by Pentagon plans to fast-track production and deployment. Wow, Habibi. That's not bad. That's all the headlines. Again, a lot of focus on next week. Today, I think you'll see it on the plays. I think a lot of drones and crypto and one more industry, medical. They are still hot. So pre-market movers, PFGC is up by 7.8. U.S. Foods reportedly weighing takeover. VG is up by 3.5 off nothing. MDT 3.2. CMS proposes to cover RFDN and URDN collectively for uncontrolled hypertension. TEL is up by 1.8. City Upgrade. USFD 1.5 reportedly weighing takeover of Performance Food Group. Vion is up by 14. Vion and Cohen Circle secure investment commitments for Kistar listing. SBET up 9.7. Completes direct purchase of 10,000 Ethereum from the Ethereum Foundation. Levi up 7.5 off earnings. AMC 7.3 Wedbush upgrade. SOC 5.2 discloses court denies motion for cease and desist order regarding coastal zone maintenance and repair work. CNK up 2.5 Wedbush upgrade. HRO up 2.0. Cantor initiated at overweight. INKT up 191, publication of complete remission following allogenetic INKT cell therapy in metastatic testicular cancer. GAUZ up 19.3, announced insider buys. KPTI up 15, discloses cleansing materials in connection of following documents of 24% workforce reduction. Mogo up 11, acquires 9% stake in Bitcoin Gold Treasury Company. CEP up by 6.8, Cantor and 21 to trade under XXT post-close of business combination. ECX up 5.7, strategic partnership with Samsung. VOR up 5.2, appoints Sandy Mahatem as CFO. BSGM up 3. What? Oh, trading lower or still higher. Dare up to $6 million non-dilutive grant installment by Dare Development Program. SLI is up by 2.9. Raymond James outperform. Drone defense stocks trading higher on DoD procurement, and Bitcoin trading higher, trading lower. CoreWeave down by 4.2. Argus initiates buy. FCX down 2. UBS downgrade. EXPD down 1.6. Bank of America downgrade. ALB down 3.5. UBS downgrade. Oscar down 2.5. Wells Fargo downgrade. UUUU down 2.2. 42, Roth Capital downgrade, Capper down 42, CRL from FDA regarding BLA of deramiocel for the treatment of cardiomyopathy, MIST down 29, FDA acceptance response CRL for Cardamist, nasal spray offering indeterminate amount, CIVB down 12.5 to acquire Farmer Savings Bank, and ASLE down 3 off Truist downgrade, Caliv down 2.6 common stock agreement for $100 million. Wow! And we made good timing. Yalla! So I have a couple of plays. Again, like I'm telling you, I think a lot of drone plays. Drone in defense, medicine, some good, some bad, but then even medical devices. We noticed that yesterday. Keep in mind banks, Netflix, and any of the earnings for next week that start early. Then keep an eye out on silver and IBIT. Watch Google. Again, Google discounting for the government. That usually indicates there might be another follow-up news. And other than that, I think that's it. Do you have any questions? We got a little bit of time here, 10 minutes or so until the pledge. So it's a Friday. Oh, you know that? I love Friday. I can't believe it's Friday. I feel like this week has flown by. So we're here right now, though. But if you have any questions, now is the time. If you want to say what's up, baby. Huawei AI chip redesigned to break NVIDIA China dominance. That is coming out now. UAV inbound. We'll get him again next time. UAV online. Cover me, I'm reloading. I know, I liked the watch list yesterday. For real, if you haven't checked it out, I would. Some of you, I got two big things. Some of you really don't even know where the watch list is. It's on this channel. So the watch list is just a video we make at night when the market's not live. And we kind of go over what happened and what's going to happen tomorrow. Okay? So if you're already a member and you could chat in this chat room, if you just go to this channel around 5 p.m., 6 p.m. On the trading days, you'll be able to find it. I don't have it on the weekend, but last night's watch list, bro, I'm telling you, I gave at least 5 to 10 different theories that I think are all playable right now for the long term. And like, if you are really worried and getting FOMO, I'm telling you, there's like some quality ass ideas ranging from Pepsi to MRK, even CRM and tech. Like, there was a lot of things out there that we could talk about. So don't let the house and the farm distract you. I'm still hunting. I still only have 5% cash, though. Don't forget about that. And, you know, there's still some good names. But if we do get a rotation, if we get things running, we're going to go from, you have like 10 to 15 all-stars on the table right now. If those disappear, we're going to start going to the B list. And if the B list disappears, then at that point, I mean, I'm going to tell you I was reminding you for 6 months. So, ta-da! But that was a big thing. And then number 2. Are you guys ready for number 2? I don't know if they're awake. I'm going to find out if they wake up early or not. Oh, but yesterday set off a chain reaction. Because yesterday, you remember the little, like, 19-year-old? I'm sure he's probably taller than me. But, you know, and we were talking about it. We were getting hyped, and we had a lot of good discussions. Well, influx of young men have hit me up. So I'm pretty excited. Some of you know, I feel like if I was on Blue Sky, I'd be excited for other reasons, which is sad. But all in all, I'm glad to see it. And I think that talk yesterday, and I think some of you guys who are on the younger end, I think you're realizing your opportunity. And I think you guys are realizing that, holy shit, if I do have $5, $10, $15,000 at that young of an age, you know, in the market, and you're already investing it, as long as you guys don't squander it, don't give it away, don't gamble it away. If you make that the right thing with the long term and pair it up with real estate, you guys are going to get ahead. And that's what I'm saying. I had kids sending me emails talking about, they're like, you know what? I want to get ahead. I want to get ahead of my peers. I have this. What can I do with it? I'm down. Let's go. I had like 18 or 17 to like 21-year-olds hit me up. So I'm very excited. So let's get it, man. And if that is the case, the only bad part is that it's super slow. You know, you get really excited about it. The vision is dope. It works. I'm telling you. I'm showing you. I'm about to buy a fucking house with it. We got $500, $30,000. It's all real. The only downside is like it took several years, like 5-6 years. You get what I'm saying? So Nothing is a result of one thing. Have I had good plays? I have. I bought Meta, $90, you name it, Netflix, $100, whatever you want, but it's not just one play. It's going to be month after month, week after week, year after year. So as long as you're ready for that, this is going to be great for you. But if you are going to, if you're the type to jump out of the plane when it's flying over the ocean, this may not be the best. I wouldn't get on board. So this is a long haul flight, my friends. So if you're down for that, though, it will work. But other than that, as long as you're cool with the patience, don't add pressure to yourself, I think you're going to be good, baby. Oh, yeah, it is 7-Eleven. You get a free Slurpee today. Dude, it's a Friday. Oh, no way. Bro, I haven't had 7-Eleven Slurpee Day since like 2015. I think I remember I went in 2015. I think 10 years ago was the last time it was on a Friday. I swear to you, bro. Oh, man. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Long term, it is one of the best decisions. I think the only other decision that will follow is buying your house. That's really it, man. And then make sure, if you really want real guidance, ask me before you do it. And then, I'm going to put it in the rules, but eventually, if you ask me for guidance on something you have already done, I'm going to aim for your shins. Okay? I'm going to aim at the shin. The little sensitive spot in between your knee and your foot, because that's what you deserve. Okay? I'm going to be like, you deserve a shin kick. And, it's awfully painful. But yeah, so ask your guidance before. Otherwise, once the plane is in the air, I'm not going to tell you to jump out. That's unfortunately not the real strategy you should be doing. New EU charges could be coming in a few days. Daily fines could follow. Reuters. Oh, dude, you just brought back. Oh, dude, the scooter tail whip to the shins. Oh, dude, why do I know what you're talking about? With the rate, dude, that would hurt. I think I have grown adult problems because of that. You know what I'm saying? From how many times the scooter would hit the shin, bro. I swear I got like adult problems today from what happened when I was like 7. That's funny, bro. Yeah, you just unlocked the memory there. Amen. Wow. Maybe that'll be a way that we educate. I'm going to keep a scooter on the farm at all times now. There's going to be a Razor scooter. And you guys are going to be like, what's that for? I'll be like, you don't want to find out. You don't want to find out why we have a Razor scooter on a 30-acre farm with no roads. Yeah, why do you have a Razor? Cuz. Let's talk about real estate in the long term, and we'll see if it comes up. How about that? Oh, yeah. So, Chatadonia. On that note, baby. I can't believe we already made it through the week. I can't believe we already made it through halfway of this year, bro. What are you saying? So, Chatadonia, let's have a good Friday. And here at the Cult, before we do anything, before we try to chase $1, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the Cult, the people here, the people not here, from day one, baby, this is something we have been about because it's important. And the reality is, every day we wake up, we are benefiting and living and profiting and doing all these things, but none of us worked for it. There is an invisible army that is responsible for the water you drink, the food that you eat, the roads you drive on, and the straight up safety that you have every single day as you live your life. That is why, man, here at the Cult, we got to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. And for real, I encourage you all to show this beyond this stream. Bring this to real life. Bring it genuinely, because this is important. And I know y'all see it, bro. And at the end of the day, if you can't honor the people who have given up everything for you, that is already a sign society is failing. I've heard a lot of people tell me about Rome and debauchery and all these things, but if you can't even have a soldier, if you can't even have honor for your, so what are you saying? Why do we forget about them when they come home? We should have a parade. So veterans, I hope you know we love you. And I don't know how far this will go, but little by little, we've seen a lot of changes. And that's why I encourage all of you, man. Use your voice, show some love. And veterans, the families, thank you for everything. And God bless every single one of you. And big shout out to anybody else giving back to their local communities. Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men. Anybody making their community run. God bless you and thank you, baby. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Son of the judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horn on. Woo! Chedadonia. Chedadonia. That's it, baby. So game time. We're going to move on over. I'm keeping the separate videos. Some of you just didn't realize it. But yeah, so we're going to keep them separate. But now you have to make a conscious decision if you are joining. I think it makes a lot of sense. So I love you. And God bless America. And God bless Chattadonia. All right, and thank you to the veterans. But we must begin our Friday. So I will see you on over. We're going to move on over. Let's have a good one. And God bless America. Amen. Amen. Woo! All right, BRB.